What is going on, everybody? Depraved / Sharon. We are back with another music reaction of Depraved.
I'm Hellcat.
And together we are
HellaDepraved. I was looking at the pretty church.
Hella can't speak.
Yeah. Hella ridiculous. It just, Hella
So
not caffeinated enough.
Yeah. So we are. You said that, and then I reached for my mouth and I was like, I need more caffeine myself. Although I drink this shit so much, I'm pretty sure it almost has no impact on my energy level at this point.
Coffee has no impact on my energy level. Nothing does. But with that being said,
so continuing back on the.
Hey, he just sent us a direct message on Twitter too.
Actually, I think that's an old.
Well,
It
there
just
you go.
cycles the same things. So this is Earthquake. Back to showing some more COB love. This song is called No Love, which I'm not going to lie. When I read the title, it makes me think of Eminem and Lil Wayne.
Well, title-wise, yeah. But we're excited to do this because the last track of his that we reacted to also included the Horseshoe Gang.
Right.
And this one is just him.
Just him.
And from what he told us, this is a more personal track to him.
Right. So that's also another funny story. I messaged him on Twitter. I was like, hey, which one do you want us to react to? I was like, you know what, never mind, we're just going to do this one. For reasons. So he gave us a list of 4 songs to check out. This one. And then there was one featuring Crook, one featuring Kenny of Horseshoe Gang, and then one featuring Horseshoe Gang. And I was like, well, we're already covering a Crook track today, so we didn't want to go down that route because...
our brains are delicate.
Although, hindsight 2020, we probably could have handled it.
Yeah.
The Crook track wasn't
really
as
loved that Crook track, but it wasn't
deeply embedded with...
Yeah, it wasn't
doubles
crazy.
and triples and crazy shit that Crooks.
We just never know with him.
But we didn't want to do that.
And we had already done one with Horseshoe Gang. We
Right.
wanted to listen to one of his by himself.
Exactly.
And then he told us that it's personal.
Which makes us even more intrigued
yes,
because
exactly.
those are some of our favorite tracks. So. With that being said, again, obviously we have a lot of love for these guys, so we're going to keep supporting them. And we are also reacting to this as if you have already seen it. If you have not seen it, please click the link in the description below. Hop on over, go watch, leave a like, leave a sub, because this is actually on his
personal
page.
Yes.
So definitely like and sub over there. And then leave a comment, let them know we sent you.
Come on back.
And then come on back, because we'll be here. And we said because we will be pausing it to talk about things, breaking it down. That's what we do.
It's a breakdown channel. We will pause. So, all right.
So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, this is Earthquake with No Love. Let's get it.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that.
He's wore this shirt.
Yeah, it's awesome though. I mean, I understand where he's going with it.
I really want it.
Yeah, I know. You're jealous, and I'm like, it's kind of a trademark of his at this point.
Right. But it's like all the legends that have passed, man. It's
Well, that's exactly what it is.
Right.
Legends forever is what it says at the bottom.
That it does. Thank you for being
Literal.
more noticeable of the obvious than I was, because I sure as hell did not see it.
Sometimes I wonder if God hates me. Well, that's how I'm feeling lately. But maybe I'm just going crazy. I feel like I'm going off the deep end and no one can save me. Everybody left me for dead. I'm trying to figure out just how these voices crept in my head. Cause all they say is everything that I do is wrong. Go ahead, keep writing these stupid songs. You'll never find where you belong. Like they expect me to fail. They want to see me dead or send me directly to jail. Trying to reach heaven, but it's like I'm destined for hell. I tried to follow all the steps and I failed. Shit, I'm fucking tripping. I look at life.
Ooh, try to follow the steps and I fail.
tripping.
I'm fucking tripping.
Yeah.
Bar!
Yes, it was. But it's also completely relatable.
Right.
Like the anxiety and the depression and the voices in your head just being like, I don't know why you even bother. Sounds like it's coming from outside sources too.
Right, which is always the worst, and that's something we've had a discussion with before in prior reactions. I'm going to bring it up here anyways. But like this whole YouTube thing has always been something that I've wanted to do. Even back when I was even still married to my ex-wife.
Long time ago, guys.
Even though back then I wanted to do it for gaming, which
Right.
is how my channel started here to begin with, before I switched lanes. But it's one of those things too where it's like it's something I've always wanted to do, and to have everyone that you care about, especially the people that you care about, telling you it's a waste of time. Just work, make
Right.
money, live life.
Do the normal thing. Go to
Do
the
the
8 to
normal thing.
5. Yeah.
And
It'll never amount to anything.
It's just frustrating not having a backing in the things that you want to do.
Right. And honestly, I'm one of those people that's like, well, I mean, if you're paying your bills, do it. I mean, if that's what you want to do with your free time, like, I don't see why not. I mean, it's not going to hurt anybody.
Right.
And if you enjoy it, you enjoy it. You know?
Also, fun thing. So she just kind of jumped in with me in this whole crazy ride. And if you have not noticed from the first couple videos she's done to now, how much she's kind of embraced it and is now running with it. Because before she'd just kind of keep quiet and she'd chime in. And
Yeah. I'm an introvert, guys. Like, when I started joining in was when he came and visited me for a little over a week. That was our first meeting in person. And on top of it,
in
like,
Texas.
but yeah, I'm from was in New Mexico, guys, but it's just, I didn't talk much in general beforehand. Like, I have a disability, so I'm at home. I socially distance just naturally. I'm not a big phone person, so just formulating the words and actually speaking to people is not something I generally do. And I do enjoy this. I enjoyed it from the first time we did it. It was just, getting the words out. Deep thinker, not a big talker.
Right. You have blossomed, though. It's her channel now. I'm just here along for the ride.
I'm destined for hell.
What a
I tried to
ride.
Follow all the steps and I failed. Shit, I'm fucking tripping. I look at life and I can't help but feel like something's missing. I just hope my future isn't ruined by my dumb decisions. I made wrong turns too often in life, cause no one was around to offer advice. There was no love. You see, this world is so cold, gotta do it on your own. It's hard trying to make it alone. There's no love. There's no love. No love for the forgotten. Your life seems so rotten, but yet and still you gotta be strong. There's no love. There's no love. First they love me, then they hate me, then they love me again. But only when it's convenient. Over time the mask got pulled off and I seen it. The true colors been exposed. The show that you were scheming, but see.
I can understand that fully.
Fair weather friends. That's what my mom always used to call them, and it is so true.
Mm-hmm.
Only when it's convenient, like,
People only want to show love when there's something in it for them.
or when it's easy. I mean, that's why I call it. That's why fair weather friends is actually really applicable, because, like, it's not necessarily for money or for fame, or I mean, it could be, but it's mostly like they're only there when you're sunny. So you're not burdening them with your depression or your deep thoughts, or they're just there for the fun times, the good times, the light times.
Right.
A lot of them are there for the fame or the money or handouts or that kind of thing. But his hook is 100% accurate too. It's really, really hard to make it alone, and it's really, really hard to find a good support system.
Right.
Especially if you have grown up without one. Like, if your family themselves are not a good support system, a lot of us have that as an issue.
Right.
So, you have to find your circle, and that can be extremely hard to do.
So my circle is very tiny.
Mine's,
My personal circle.
I don't know, can we make a circle? Like, I'm thinking about my pack, and I'm maybe
you got
triangle.
Like 4 people. You can make a
Square?
Make a circle.
I can make a square. That's 4 people. Can I if I add you in, then we can make a pinnacle. Let's go with that.
Okay.
Let's go with that.
Mask got pulled off and I seen it. The truth
You realize it's in front of a church for most of this video?
Yeah?
Okay.
but only when it's convenient. Over time, the mask got pulled off and I seen it. The true colors been exposed to show that you were scheming. But see, growing up, all I wanted was to be accepted. I was so caught up and blinded that I couldn't see the message. To all the people they claim to be ancient friends. When this shit gets real, you really see who plays pretend.
Exactly. Exactly.
And he even said at the start of that when I hit play, he said something along the lines of he just wanted to be accepted.
Yeah.
And you know what's so funny? I do a lot of introspective thinking on my own. I'm a very interconflicted person. And it's so funny how often I want to do the right thing, but then I want to do the exact opposite. Right?
I'm the same way.
I'm like, so many times in my mind, I'm like, man, I really want to help that person, but I really hope they fall off that fucking curb. Because I could use the laugh.
Yeah, there's that side of me, definitely. Will I film it? No, guys. No. But
So,
if I see like an injustice happening, though, that pisses me the fuck off.
oh no, the
and I'm
injustice
not
is
gonna,
that's not what I'm talking about.
I wanted to clarify for people though, because we were talking about someone actually getting hurt and filming and shit, and I wanted to clarify that if there's actually like
No, that's why I said if
Yeah.
somebody's falling off of a curb.
yes, I was just clarifying.
So, anyways, so I always deal with this inner conflict, and one of the things I've always had in this inner conflict, especially since doing this YouTube thing, is I very much have this stance of, and always have, I don't fucking care what people think. But to be honest, deep down inside, we all do,
Yeah.
to an extent, and that's the thing I always struggle with, because like, do I want people to accept us and to like what we do?
Sure,
Yeah.
everybody does.
But at the same time, I also don't care if they don't.
Right.
I don't know, it's hard to explain. Like,
Well, I mean, the only way for us to grow and thrive and do what we love and keep doing it is for people to like us.
right.
And we are who we are, and therefore it would be nice to be accepted at face value. On the flip side, if people don't like us, it's no skin off my back.
Right, and we're not going to use it as an excuse to bend and conform
Yeah,
the way we do our videos to what everyone else expects.
right. But I like
I
how...
will have the slowest grind to 10K out of any other reactor out there, and it doesn't bother me.
As long as we're reacting to artists that we enjoy and we're not just jumping on a bandwagon for the sake of views and subscribers and
Right,
but it's not something we would enjoy.
Do not get me wrong, we could flood our channel with
All the music that's trending right now.
Eminem's, BTS,
Oh, I mean, there's plenty that are
And-
mumble rap and
yeah, we could flood our channel with that. And again, that's taking extremes. Yes, I'm a huge fan of Eminem, my favorite artist of all time.
he's also heard almost all.
But
of
I've
it.
heard everything.
Yeah.
Can't really react to that, and we like to do reactions.
Right. And make them actual.
And then on the opposite end, we're not fans of like BTS. We're not fans of like mumble rap, things like
Right.
that. So on the flip side, we're not going to
Post
listen to
stuff.
things we don't enjoy and
And
pretend
either
to like
fake
them.
it or trash talk, which we don't do either.
Right.
We don't do
We
either.
have totally taken his song and made it about us, by the way.
I really like how he's talking about like taking off. He's seen people take off the mask and realizes what they are.
Right.
But when he was younger, he wanted that approval from people, and so he didn't get the message that there's no love. I mean, is what he went into. But honestly, it's more like very few people are actually 100% for you.
Right.
Ride and die kind of people.
All the people they claim to be ancient friends. When this shit gets real, you really see who plays pretend. But I was quick to give the benefit of the doubt. And sometimes it took a little longer to figure it out. That everybody can't be trusted. I was just someone that they like to fuck with. They never had my back, it's so disgusting. Now I'm done with this fake shit. I can't take it. Wish I could go back in time, take my mind and erase it. Fuck the world, man. I'd rather be on my own. So either love me or leave me alone. Leave me alone. This world is so
I don't think we necessarily just made it about us. I mean,
We're comparing and talking
yeah,
about how it.
we're relating to
Relating.
it. I 100% relate to this. And I did go through I mean, I was a bit less of a conformist, even as junior high and high school, and that's because I'm such an introvert and I don't like being told what to do at all. But on the other hand, there's that side of you that wants approval desperately, especially from your peers. So I get that it took him some time, learned some lessons, and now he's like, fuck it, I'd rather be alone. Don't want to be fake.
Right. I've gone through waves. Personally.
Right. I think that's
Because
normal.
in life, I mean, I'm not going to lie, I have spent a lot of time almost conformist-like, in that I go to work, I do my job, I go home.
Right.
When other people want to raise complaints, I was always usually one of the people that was like, dude, just shut up and do your fucking job.
Right.
Do your job, go home.
Yeah. Don't make drama for the rest of us.
But on the other hand, I could still understand why they were, if they felt that, and they were justly being
Right.
treated, not justly,
Unfairly.
they were
Yeah.
unjustly being treated like
Right.
shit. So like I honestly, a lot of times it's just people bitching because they didn't like their job. It is what it is.
And then it's like, get a new one.
Right.
I mean, jobs are hard to find, don't get me wrong, people, but like if you hate your job, start looking.
Dude,
You may not be able to get one like right then, but start looking. Don't just whine.
And I'm just saying, as much as I hate my hours, I'm
He
still
still
get-
likes his job.
I'm
too.
still getting paid $12 to $14. I think it's 14, almost $15 now. I'm getting paid $14 an hour, legit, for an 8 to 10 hour shift where I work an hour of it.
Yeah.
The rest of it, I sit there
Although
watching videos
you
on
actually
YouTube,
do
playing
like
video games.
the people you work with too. So I mean,
I don't talk to them.
It's more you like your boss. I mean, like
I
I'm
do
not
like the
talking
people
about like
I
friends,
do-
but you work with people that are cool.
I do like the people that I work with.
Yeah.
I just don't talk to them because I don't talk to people. I'm an introvert. I keep to myself.
We talk to the camera. Strangely enough, most of us behind the camera are introverts. This
Right.
is our way of socially communicating with the world.
Except for Gatsby, who is hella extrovert.
Extremely. But I kind of lost track of what I was saying. Oh, the waves thing. Like, yeah, I followed the whole get a job and everything, although I think based on the way that I was raised and the values that I was taught to subscribe to, I rebelled.
Right.
So while I did have a job and everything before I got on disability, and in my personal relationships with romantic partners, I have tried to conform to what they want. And guys, it never lasted. If you can't be yourself and they don't like I mean, you don't have to like all parts of your partner, but like you have to love them anyway.
I definitely prefer her to be herself. I'm telling you now, I never thought in a million years I'd be told we live in the middle of India.
I was really fucking tired, y'all. And it came out wrong. And I did say Indianapolis correctly.
She forgot the "and" in Indiana. We lived in India, apparently.
Well, yeah. And that was the same night that he told me he was thinking of horror parody rap bars, and it came out as horrity from my mouth. Without a pause, without thinking about it.
It just happened.
My mouth just could not keep up with my brain. You're
Love that
welcome.
about her.
But, you know, if you were...
Honestly, it's
back-
I think it's our quirks that we love so much about each other.
Yeah, but I was going to say, if you're like holding back a large part of yourself because it's something that your partner dislikes, it's not going to work out in the long run. If you cannot be yourself, it goes for your friends, your circle, especially your partner, because you're around each other most of the time. It's not worth it in the long run. You may have some lessons.
Honestly,
you need to
same
learn.
thing goes for just being having friends.
That's what I said. Your circle, you know, it's just you are who you are, and you should be allowed to be.
Right.
I can't take it. Wish I could go back in time, take my mind and erase it. Fuck the world, man. I'd rather be on my own. So either love me or leave me alone. You see, this world is so cold, gotta do it on your own. It's hard trying to make it alone. There's no love. There's no love. No love, but if forgotten. Your life seems so rotten, but yet and still you gotta be strong. There's no love. There's no love. And sometimes I wonder why my dad left. When I would give my daughter my last breath. even if that was all that I had left. My family needs me to succeed, so I can't half step. You coward, you no longer have power over me. I just want to say thank you just for showing me what not to do. You could never teach me how to love my kid. Thought it was my fault. I was trying to remember what I did. You weren't there, so I took it as a lesson. I see you in the mirror, that's why I hate my reflection. But really, I'll be a bigger man than you'll ever be. Their bridges burn, but we live and learn. Now it's time to let it be. What's done is done. You don't owe me a thing. I just thank God my uncle was there to show me some things. Without him, I couldn't stay on the right track. You could try to right your wrongs, I wouldn't write back. Yeah, it's like you see, this world is so cold. Gotta do it on.
That's a strong verse. I have always said, and I will always say, I am very thankful to have grown up in the situation I did. Growing up without a parent is definitely one thing I can only sympathize with and cannot empathize. Is it empathize? Sympathize?
Yes, you
Did I
are
say that
correct.
right? Okay.
You did say that correctly.
Because I did have both my parents.
Right. While they were separate, you had both your parents, and they were
Right.
involved and wanted to be involved.
But I definitely also had friends who didn't.
Me
and
too.
Definitely seen how that affected them.
Right.
And
some of them without the same-sex role models.
right. Yeah, it's just
It's really hard,
It's rough.
and honestly, even parents that do stay together, arguments and so on between the parents that may have nothing to do with the child, you hear stuff like that and you internalize it and almost feel like it's your fault. I've been there, and my parents barely ever argued. They barely talked. But if they did have an argument, it was behind closed doors. And I still, you as a kid, you feel the pressure and the tension and, for me, the coldness
Right.
between them. And I did have both parents in my life, and until I was like 11, both of them were involved. So there is that. But I've had friends that have grown up with one. It's a thing. And I was adopted at birth. So I always had that kind of like, I don't fit in feel. Like, I knew I was adopted the entire time, guys. And I knew that my parents had chosen me. And this is absolutely nothing about them being parents. It's just we had such different personalities.
Right.
And I looked so different that there was a side of me that was like, I wonder if there's someone out there who gets me. So I have met both my parents at this point, and my birth mother and I are strangely alike. So, but
There's two of you.
no, there's only one of me. She's not nearly as twisted and depraved, on the other hand. So I'm like the dark version of her.
There are two of her. You're looking at the other one. That's how. That's another
basically
story for
how
another
we
time.
vibed.
It's
I like
it's
that
weird.
he was so transparent and vulnerable there.
Right.
Hard-hitting lines, like looking in the mirror, and that's why he hates his reflection, is he sees the dad that wasn't there looking at him. Why would his dad leave when he would give his last breath for his daughter?
And that's something I can 100% understand. Both my kids,
Right.
the moment they were born, just the amount of love that I felt that I didn't even know was possible for a human being.
Right.
And don't get me wrong, I loved my wife at the time, hands down. But
It's different.
it's a different kind of love, and to think that people can easily
away.
walk away from that,
Right. Or not treasure it, even if they don't walk away
just-
from it.
I just don't get it.
Right.
And it's also one of those things, and you know, there are so many people that I will never fault somebody for not wanting kids. Like, you didn't want kids.
Right. My own people.
Yeah, she didn't want her own kids.
Right.
She adores my kids. They adore
Yeah.
her. It's fun. But I still firmly believe that having kids is a feeling I wish everyone had a chance to have. I understand. I'm not going to be one of those people who's like, you need to have kids.
Right.
No, if you don't want kids, don't have kids. I get that. But I truly believe there is something about having kids
They can make you a better human.
that I wish everybody could experience, just in terms of the love and closeness of having. I don't know. It's
I mean,
hard to explain.
from what I get, and guys, I am not a natural parent. It's a love of like it's unconditional love. It's fulfillment. It's you strive to be better, self-sacrificing. I mean, there's all of these positive human attributes that it brings out of you.
Right.
Is and again, I have never wanted my own children, and that has a lot to do with the disability I have. Not anything against children or, but I just I love his kids though.
She's a better parent than she thinks she is. She's not even really their parent.
But honestly, I just the rawness of this verse. I mean, he's been building up in terms of like, I feel like the first verse was more talking about self-doubts in society. The second verse was about friends and like people in his circle. And then this last verse, which I'm assuming it's the last verse, is just hard hitting with like the abandonment issues. But why would you ever do this? Because this is how I feel about my child.
Right.
It's just been like this build up to a statement, honestly. I get why he said this track was personal.
Right.
But if you feel that way about your daughter, dude, you're a good person. Quit hating your reflection because you're just the better model.
Right.
Yeah.
Try to right your wrongs, I wouldn't write back. Yeah, it's like you see this world is so cold, gotta do it on your own. It's hard trying to make it alone. There's no love. There's no love. No love, but if forgotten. Your life seems so rotten, but yet and still you gotta be strong. There's no love. There's no love. There's no love. There's no love.
That part there reminds me of one of the 90s songs. Is it Back to Cali? The beat and the instrumental right there. Listen to it and tell me if it sounds somewhat familiar.
There's no love. There's no love.
I don't know. I can see maybe the synth bringing back. I mean, I'm getting. It's a '90s vibe for sure.
Yeah. I mean, that's one of the reasons I like, Earthquake, everything. Yeah, the COB. They all bring that sort of
It's the old boom bap beats,
nostalgic.
Man. It's amazing.
Yeah, they care more about the lyrics and the messages, and love it. But yeah, it's that synth.
That synth had a very California love sound to it.
Okay. Not making up shit, guys. I really like that. That was amazing.
Very slowed down California love sound.
Yeah, but it's still reminiscent. And then, of course, the beat hits like right at the same kind of point. Right. I'm not saying it is.
No, it's way different.
I'm just saying that it's nostalgic.
I can see the vibe, though.
Yeah. Which is kind of interesting, being as this is No Love. And that's California Lovin'. But there you go. You're welcome.
That was a dope-ass track. I really like that. And I've always loved tracks that will get us to actually have conversations like this, even if it is 6 o'clock and my first reaction should have been out 7 minutes ago.
Right.
It's okay, though.
I like the personal tracks.
But I love the personal tracks. It gives us a chance to really talk about our experiences and how it connects us to the song.
How we relate to him.
Right.
Yeah. And again, it's that non-fake connection with people.
Right.
It brings something out of you. It's a track that brings emotion out of you and makes you think just as introspectively as he is.
Right.
So we appreciate it, man. We really do.
Good shit, Earthquake. Good shit.
Going on a playlist.
Yes.
Coming soon.
All right, with that being said, if you guys like the video, slash that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications. Comment down below what did you think of Earthquake's No Love. Also, comment down below if there's anything else you guys would like to see reacted to. Check the description below for all the things.
Push our buttons. Come join us on our other social media platforms, mostly Twitter if you want a more immediate response. Mm-hmm. And that's a good place to drop requests for other songs you want us to react to. I highly recommend going over to this guy's channel and hit like and subscribe.
Yes. All right, with that being said, we love you guys. Thank you all for watching. We cannot wait to see you depraved people later. Peace.
Night, guys.